Hello, everybody, and welcome to
Black
Essence
Personified. Don't mind my reptar socks.
How you guys feel about like the green lights in the
We're
bed?
trying. You see us?
Yeah, every single time. There's like something else that we add in there. I mean, it'd be nice if you guys could figure it out before we even tell you. That would be awesome. I'm just saying.
Interactive at least.
All right. You ready for the topic today?
Who are you?
Oh, I am Gemini Nubian Queen. And who are you?
I'm Pharaoh Ra Odin.
Okay, Pharaoh Ra. Ra, baby. Okay. All right. Well, we have a treat for you guys today. Like, for sure. I don't know if you guys are going to be ready for this, but are you ever ready? Are you ever ready for greatness?
I wouldn't say they are.
All right, here we go. So our topic today is to go along with the festivities.
Yeah, lights.
Which it's called Holidays with Black Families. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
So we have like a couple of different things that we would like to cover, but pretty much to get you ready for the season and what you should expect for those of you guys who are spending the holidays with your families and your friends. And I say families plural because some people have more than one.
Some people do have friend holidays. I know there's a new thing called Friendsgiving.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Have you been to one yet?
Nah, not officially. We're calling them that. But I've had Thanksgiving just with my friends before.
All right. Yeah. Well, when I buy my own house one day.
You mean real soon?
Okay. So our tip number 1, are we ready? All right. Make sure you greet everyone.
Everybody. You don't want to be that rude, also argumentative family member who doesn't say hi.
Oh, absolutely.
It costs you nothing to just greet people.
Yes, absolutely. I do understand that some people may feel a little awkward about the greetings. I mean, like, you don't have to go in for a hug for everybody. Consent is still okay. But you can say good morning, good afternoon. And for a lot of you guys, it will be evening by the time you eat. Which brings me to
Wait, hold on. I also want to say that the good thing about greeting everyone is no matter if you love your family member or not, they're still your family. So a greeting is so baseline to the family interaction that there are family members who I can't stand, but I always give them a warm and welcoming greeting because we're family. And that's how cordial family members interact with each other.
Yes. I mean, someone can definitely argue that, like, you don't really owe people shit, but a basic greeting is something that you usually give to people at your job if you're servicing people, or if you see somebody on the street, you might even give them a head nod. So, like, you could at least give them the decency of a
We share genetics. I think I can say hello to you. It's not like...
Right.
I don't think that has to be about owing anyone anything. Yeah. It's just to be a good human being.
So, once again, you can greet them without having a in-depth conversation. You don't have to go into their whole life history or anything like that. You just say, hello, how are you feeling today? Doesn't really cost much. All right, number 2, are we ready?
I'm ready.
This one's crazy because we got to talk about the food. All right, you ready? Ask who made the mac and cheese. Every time. Every single time. Why is that important? Talk about it, Rob.
Because there are younger people in your family member who are learning how to cook off YouTube, and their mac and cheese will never be as good as the auntie who just lets the ancestors guide her hand.
Who just lets the ancestors guide her. I love it.
Right.
How much do I add? Just keep going, baby. Yeah. Listen to the spirit.
They'll let you know. And if no one told you, you weren't meant to be cooking. Right? That's how you know. The ancestors don't speak to you while you're seasoning. Kitchen's not for you, boo-boo.
Oh, I have had definitely some people who said, okay, I can throw down in the kitchen and make some great mac and cheese. And let me tell you, something just wasn't right. Something wasn't right.
I actually don't even eat potato salad anymore because there's only really one person in the entire world who makes a potato salad I'm willing to eat. And I don't really see that person much. So I go to family events down south.
Do your family watch this?
I don't know.
Okay, because somebody's about to get really upset if you don't give them a
Nobody in my family.
Come on, tell us who the name is.
Nobody in my family is upset. They're very aware of my vocal eating habits. They know whose mac and cheese I like, and they know whose mac and cheese I don't fuck with. I don't lie to them.
All right. But the mac and cheese is really, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
like my girl, she can make some real good mac and cheese. She made it for Thanksgiving, by the way, and everybody was like, it was a hit. But let me tell you something. I've definitely had some mac and cheese and been like, the texture of the pasta ain't right. It was cooked too much. Some people don't like the cheese.
Oh, you make crafts. This is craft.
No, I want to see. I want to see.
Sometimes it's liquidy. Like, what is this? What
and
is
the
this?
corner piece, if you don't have that corner piece with a little bit of burnt happening, that's a touch of glory.
You know what? Someone reminded me there's a difference between baked macaroni and cheese and macaroni and cheese. And I had to think about that. And I was like,
Who does that? You know what? I'm not even talking about it. I'm not even say it, but I think we all know. If you're watching this right now, you know about the differences. Okay, let's keep going.
I can't say that either because I know some who could throw down. Like, because the southern ones are different. All right, them southern ones can really cook. You're like, I don't know.
Because they care about the spice and everything.
Yeah, that's
true.
It's these up northern ones who have a little palate issue.
Why are you so right, though? Okay.
Like raisins in them fucking cornbread. What is this?
Okay. Tip number 3. All right. Even if they say we will start on time, come late.
Yeah. Come on.
I don't know how much we really need to explain on that, but
I only come early if I plan to leave early. And for any kind of family event like Thanksgiving Day or like Christmas Day, don't even do it yourself.
You just gotta be careful though, because if you come too early just to leave early, there's a chance that you may not even eat because you'll be waiting for the food to be ready, and sometimes you're just too early.
See, that's why I don't do that. I always come late. There's always going to be food left over.
Yes, every single time. And for the most part, I've never really had anybody get upset with me making a plate to go for Christmas or Thanksgiving.
Come on, if you've ever cooked Thanksgiving dinner, you're gonna have to throw some stuff away if people don't take leftovers. Like, it's essentially too much food in the damn house for like 2 or 3 people, depending on how many people you have in the house. So that's very fair.
Side note, I just want to let you know that I have really not been saying Thanksgiving, like Happy Thanksgiving to people.
Why?
Simply because like the way how I celebrate it may not necessarily be, historically referenced. Just saying.
You mean it?
So this is the most I've actually said Thanksgiving, just right here on the channel. So lucky you guys. But I fully acknowledge the fact that there are a whole group of people who do not look at this holiday as something to be treasured. And
I just thought we were talking about holiday with the family.
I'm just saying.
We were getting into a historical reference of holidays and what they mean. So that's, I could do that if you want.
Is this our channel or what?
I mean,
okay, so we can do whatever the hell we want.
People don't even wish me happy Thanksgiving because they know they're going to get one of those indigenous people texts back. So, and I've been doing that for years.
Didn't you ended up getting a text from me, right?
This year?
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad if you're listening to this and you're actually my friend and you did not receive a text message.
She don't fuck with you. Just learned.
I'm not saying
you're
that I don't
tier
care
3
about
friend. You're a tier 3 friend. Only tier 1 and tier 2 get texts. I
definitely sent a text message to all my close friends saying like I'm really grateful for having you in my life.
Tier 2, tier 3.
All right, I'm about to get in trouble after we post this. Okay, so let's keep going. All right, so number 4. This one is going to be interesting. All right, you ready? Number 4, lean into political conversation.
Oh, absolutely.
Come ready.
Absolutely. The one thing I have been telling people, there's this statement where people are like, you don't talk about politics, you don't talk about religion. Those people are un-American. America is founded on 2 conversations: the role of politics in your day-to-day life and the role of government the role of religion in government. There we go. Yeah. Okay? If we cannot have conversations about these things at the table, we're no longer supporting the very core behaviors we need to keep freedom alive in this country. The moment subjects become taboo, they become, what's the word I'm looking for? They become cages. Anytime a conversation becomes taboo, it becomes a cage for someone to take advantage of it.
We don't want cages.
All right. But I will say, do your research. If you're going to argue with your conservative Uncle Bob, have your facts. Bob does not have facts. Bob has beliefs.
Ooh, don't get us started on that.
Come with charts. Come with your Google. Come with your science. And then ask Bob, if all you guys are doing is making stuff off the top of your head, just a bunch of adults playing invisible friends. We really put Bob in check. You know what I'm saying? And
put Bob in check.
Be happy to do this for him. He needs that. All day he spends on the internet with people who think and act like him. When he sees a real person, another person outside of that bubble, they need to correct every one of those things that he can only get away with by himself with his internet friends.
Bob, if you're watching, fall back. Fall back right now.
Don't know. And always hug Bob. Always hug Bob and tell him you love him on the way out. He won't know how to deal with it. She came at me for all my beliefs, but she was so genuine in her exit.
Speaking of, when we say come ready, when we you need to do a little bit of research before you come in. Like, don't just come in with your beliefs to fight somebody else's beliefs, because that's usually a problem. Let's come up with some facts and then let's talk about it, right? So it's very interesting because I love this whole lean into political conversations, because I'm constantly having these conversations with family members who want to argue with beliefs. But when you come up with facts, sometimes they just start kind of they start backpedaling.
I can make shit up all day, any day, every day. I could do that all day. We can all play what if to the end of time, but some things are facts, and we've studied them and dug them out the ground and looked at them under microscopes and then through telescopes. So we're not.
Also, if you start finding yourself getting backed up into a corner, you could say, we could agree to disagree in a really nice way, and then say, but maybe we can further this conversation at a further date.
We can agree to disagree on your beliefs. That's what I say.
Actually, I like that better.
Because there's no disagreement with the facts I just showed you.
Right.
They're scientific.
Just facts in general. Just that word in itself, I feel like it's been
not alternative facts, scientific facts.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Shit that the people who have to take tests and pass them argue about.
But not to mention the fact that a lot of people who believe what they believe, they think that it is factual.
It's not, though.
And I can't wait until we do an episode on that.
Yeah,
I think that would be great. You can comment down.
You know my biggest thing when people start talking about belief? A belief, and I say this is very verbatim.
Go ahead now.
A belief is something you accept as facts regardless of the actual facts.
Say that again.
A belief is something you accept as facts regardless of the actual facts. Meaning the moment someone tells you they believe something, you should say, okay, so you're not open to any new knowledge on this topic. You have a mythological belief on this topic and don't care about the actual reality. It's your belief. And that's how I say it. Now you got to leave that plate of hot shit on them.
I don't know if necessarily you should do that for the holidays.
Oh, I do that for the holidays.
He doesn't care. But I mean, we are leaning into having some of these conversations because I think it's important. First off, it's also important other people's point of view, but I like having intellectual conversations. Whether people agree with me or not, please challenge me. Have me look up something that I never did before. And I think that's the part of constantly learning that you get something out of it. Yes, we cannot argue with facts. We cannot, but I would love to know what you think is facts.
Yeah.
And then maybe when I look it up, I'll say, yeah, okay, the next conversation, this is what I looked up and this is what I found. Tell me where you received your factual information.
My biggest thing is if you're operating off belief, how are you any different than the caveman? The caveman operated solely off belief. He had belief for all the things he couldn't explain. How are you as a man, thousands of years later, acting just like he did?
Right.
Operating at life just like he did. My beliefs are my beliefs, and nothing I see or experience is going to change that. That's primitive.
Right.
In the 21st century, anyone dedicated to being that level of primitive needs to check themselves. Why would we even send everyone to school for 12 years just so people can lean into being ignorant? It's not right. It's a waste of our money.
Why? Oh. Sorry.
I told her just throw a couple
Sorry.
vocals on it and it's
Sorry.
a hit.
It's a lot of the times you say something, that song comes in my head. It's hard to keep it inside.
I love that. That's a fact I'm going to die with. But sometimes I say things and Angela would sing.
I can't. All right. So the next one, number 5. Okay. It's okay to set boundaries. It's okay. As we actually kind of started on this one already at the beginning when we talked about you can greet everyone and not have to have an in-depth conversation with somebody that you don't really like.
Facts.
Just like you don't have to have a conversation with somebody who is your trigger or someone who's toxic. You don't have to be a part of conversations that you feel are toxic conversations, because there will be.
Yep.
You have the power to walk away. And yes, in Black families, a lot of people, especially the older generation, they don't really like that very much. But you need to protect your peace. Protect your peace at all costs. And if that's you saying, hold on 1 second, I need some air. Or you can even pretend, okay, I need to make a phone call. You can even say, you know what, this conversation I don't feel really comfortable being a part of, so I'm going to leave. It's okay. Establish your boundary and then push through it.
That's very fair. I don't have anything to disagree on that.
All right. The only thing I would say too about establishing a boundary is that you can somehow fuck that up. Like you can fuck up a boundary. You can put a boundary up and then,
you cross your own boundary.
You feel bad. Yeah. But remember that if you do like set a boundary and then you're not able to keep that boundary, you're liable to get hurt.
Also, don't set ridiculous boundaries. I have a tendency to feel like people create these little bubbles thinking that life only has to give them what they can accept or deal with. And that's just very unrealistic. We live on a rock floating through the vastness of space. Not everything is under your control. So if you are going to set boundaries, make them be reasonable boundaries. Don't be out here trying to be like, I only eat vegan. I'm not eating any of this. And then be complaining about how the food's not vegan the whole meal. We don't want to hear that shit. You haven't set a boundary. You've just brought your shit into our shit. All right? So let's be clear.
Sounds like something like this happens before.
If you have anxiety, you probably shouldn't get into a lengthy conversation with a very opinionated family member. You know that you can't handle that. So in setting your boundaries...
if you have anxiety, a lot of people have anxiety.
Yeah, but
they can get into these conversations. It's just that once again, it's the boundary.
Know your limits.
There you go.
If you're not going to be willing to tough it out and fight through whatever your thing that might trigger you is, don't get involved in those things. Just come for the food. Chill with the family members. Keep it happy. There's a corner for the happy folk.
Come for the food. And of course, oh my gosh, we didn't make this a tip. If you don't like it,
yeah.
Because somebody's going to be upset and take it personal.
Me.
Okay, next one. Ooh! This is kind of like what we just talked about. I can't wait to hear your opinion on this one. Number 6. Can you put up one finger, please? Thank you. Number 6. Not everything is about you. Unpacked trauma is a bitch.
I find that, especially for girls, there's a lot of...
Wait, hold on. Stop it. Okay, because you're saying especially for girls, but guys go through trauma too and don't even realize that it's trauma.
That's fair.
All right.
I find that there are family members who have harmed other family members.
There we go.
And this can be a very triggering and long life thing you have to fucking deal with because you're going to always see this fucking person at family events. That's hard, Would I say a family event is the best place to air this person out? That's a personal choice. Really is. But if you're going to commit to being around your family, seeing this person on family events, you have to go talk to somebody before you keep putting yourself through that traumatic experience.
That's the boundary part.
Yeah, that's the boundary
right?
part.
That's the boundary part.
At least do what you can for you.
Right.
So at least you can be okay or be around this person and it not be unsaid or unspoken. And I think that's advice I can give on that because...
Well, sometimes the boundary is like, it's setting a time limit, right? If you know, okay, I came here early, I want to leave early, as you would so-called do. But if you come there early and you're like, okay, I know that my limit will probably be around 2 hours. Probably around the 2-hour mark, I probably have taken all that I could possibly take in. You don't have to be fake or phony, just like 2 hours. All right, fine, then I'm going to leave at this point because I have someplace else to go or because, I'm leaving, right? You don't even owe anybody a really big explanation. Remember, there are some things that you can control and there are some things that you cannot. But I know that for the most part, usually during Thanksgiving, it's probably not the best time, at least I would say, for you to air that out. But if that's what you need to do,
that's what you need
by
to do.
all means. Black Essence, Personified, we got you.
But also be careful because, Black families, they'll side with the fucking bad person in a hot second.
Because they don't know.
They don't know how to handle it.
They don't know.
Yeah. Or they're dealing with the same shit and they dealt with it all their life, so they just assume it's part of the life cycle, and it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. So, yeah. Whew. That's heavy with Black families.
All right, you ready for the next one? This also does not happen. Like, okay, let me say it first. All right, number 7. You want to put up 2 fingers? All right, number 7. Saying I love you won't hurt. Okay. I know some families saying I love you is a common practice. You say I love you, I love you, I love you. But in other families, people don't say I love you. So let's practice right here. Say I love you to the camera. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, you can say you love me.
I love you.
I love you too. But now let's do it to the camera. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I love you. Sometimes you just have to say it. It's okay. You can tell people that you love them. You can tell people I care about you. You can tell people I missed you.
They need to hear it.
That's all right. Sometimes we all want to hear that at some point, right? I don't want to leave this earth and nobody say,
isn't feeling important or part of the tribe one of the Maslow hierarchy of needs?
Yes. Oh, it definitely is.
We need as people to just feel human and not be a monster.
Absolutely. So say I love you to the people.
You could probably... No, I'm not going to say that.
Uh-oh. All right, let's keep going. I'm going to trust your word. All right, and our last one. Oh, we're on 8. Okay.
I was working up to 8. I was working up to 8.
Okay. Number 8, create a memory.
Yes.
If not for yourself, do it for those bad-ass kids.
Nice.
All right? Create a memory, whether it's just you sitting there. Whether it's just you sitting there playing a game of Uno and crushing it, to just you having that first bite of mac and cheese and say, oh my gosh, this is the best mac and cheese I've ever tasted in my life. Create a memory.
One of my favorites is having Nerf fights with some of my cousins. So a couple of my cousins have a lot of Nerf guns.
Right.
And they live in a nice sized house. So the whole house would turn into a big ass Nerf fight between
oh, that would be awesome.
Me and my cousins. And it wouldn't just be like the little kids, like grown people is hopping until like one of the moms, always a mom. That's enough of that.
Where it gets too loud. Somebody gets shot in the eye.
It's just rowdy. People hopping over their couch, almost ran into grandma trying to escape from getting shot. Grandma getting shot with a Nerf gun. It's a lot.
Create those memories, man. I'm sure you'll never forget that.
That's what
never
makes
forget
us,
that.
Now I know if things go down, at least I got some shooters on my team,
Right. And let's be real too. And this always happens. Like Thanksgiving or Christmas, this is usually a time where a lot of family comes together, right? And so you don't know what's going to happen the next time the season rolls around. You don't know who's going to pass. You don't know who's going to get sick. And as we've learned from COVID, that life is not promised to any of us. So when you create those memories, you're creating something that's stamped in someone's mind.
Absolutely.
So why not? Create as many as possible. I know I do it for my nephews and nieces.
Maybe Uncle Bob's last Thanksgiving because he didn't get the vaccine. Oh. He could use a little TLC.
Yo, why?
What?
Okay, we are going to end it right here.
What?
We're going to end it right here. Okay.
It was a high note. I was helping them, later.
Oh my gosh. You just had to. You just saw an opportunity.
It was right there.
And we're going to stop messing with Bob. Uncle Bob.
Uncle Bob's cool.
I don't know. Does anybody actually have an Uncle Bob?
Uncle Bob is the uncle who has real conservative beliefs, but let your power go out. He's not over there with a generator getting your shit back up. You can't choose the people in your life. You really can't choose your family. And I don't think we should allow political beliefs to be a reason why we don't fuck with each other. That's why the politics shit is getting so ingrained. I believe some political shit, sure. But what does that have to do with our daily interactions as human beings? Literally nothing. Unless you're trying to I don't know. What do people do to each other? I'm not sure what conservatives do to liberals when I'm not around.
They devour one another. Yeah. It's my way or the highway. All right. So we're gonna end it off right here.
That's a good show.
Okay. So you guys enjoy the holidays.
Happy holidays, Kwanzaa, Christmas, Hanukkah. The solstice, the summoning of the new savior.
Wait. Okay.
The end of the Egyptian calendar year, and those 5 special days between the years.
Bye, guys.
This is your boy, Pharaoh Ra Odin.
This is Gemini Nubian Queen.
And you just listened to another amazing episode of Black
Essence
Personified.
If you liked what you saw or you like what you hear, please be sure to subscribe by pressing on the subscribe button down below. And also press the bell so that you can receive notifications every time we post. Please remember that you are beautiful.
You're blessed.
And you are appreciated.
Yo, it's Patience from the Book Bag.